Skullface Bookseller Honda-san is a anime series that based off of a comic. I remember seeing it on like a list of new anime to watch a while ago, but I found it and I wanted to watch it because I was bored. Honestly, it was like midnight. I was just bored, and I found the first episode on YouTube. Skullface Bookseller Honda-san is about a bookseller. He's a guy who works at a bookshop in Japan. Him being a skeleton doesn't have anything to do with the plot, by the way. It's just a quirky sort of artistic choice that he is a skeleton. All of his coworkers, however, also have a sort of mask of sorts. Like, you know, there's the mummy person, there's the rabbit face person, there's the welding mask person. All of them have weird quirky faces, but you know, they're just people. It's just a weird narrative, weird artistic choice to have everyone just be, you know, something like that. But Skullface Bookseller Honda-san is actually quite a hilarious, enjoyable little anime series. It's only 12 episodes long. They're about 10 minutes each. It is a series of misadventures of a bookseller in Japan, and the humor is very droll. It's very subtle and realistic. All of the adventures of this guy are basically probably based off real life, so there's nothing too over the top. So it's not like a gust your, you know, it's not like a bust your gut, laugh out loud, ha 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 ha, funniest thing I've ever watched type of thing. It's more of a, you might not laugh for the entire episode, you might chuckle a little bit, you might smile, maybe you laugh really hard at one joke and not the rest of it. It's that sort of humor. For example, I don't want to spoil any of the like storylines or anything, so the humor is very similar. It would be like, let's say you're working at a bookshop and you're just standing around, you know, looking, organizing stuff, and a person will walk up to you and say, how come you don't have any copies of Mein Kampf, which is the Hitler like memoir book? And then, you know, being a person of retail, you'd be like, oh, sorry, that's unfortunate. If you want, I can go, you know, see if we have any in stock online, or we can order it and you can pick it up or have it delivered for a fee. And they go, no. How come you don't have any copies of Mein Kampf in the store? Like, what about freedom of speech? You know, like, are you trying to censor Hitler? Like, he wasn't a good man, but you know, you shouldn't censor people. You know, it'd be like one of those, you know. Once, you know, it's like you work in retail. It doesn't matter where you work. If you work in food or clothing or at a bookshop, 90% of the people you work, customers or guests that you have are going to be normal. They're going to be the ones that like, I would like a burger, fries, and a shake, and they walk away. There's going to be that 10% that's just a weird person. They're going to like give you a hard time, and you just want to sell books or whatever, or work at the bookshop, or, you know, sell, you know, burgers or whatever, and they're gonna give you a hard time, and you're gonna, you know, obviously tell one of your coworkers this funny story later. That's kind of like what the humor of Skullface Bookseller Honda-san is. It's more of a slice of life, sort of like, you know, I was just working, and then there was this weird guy who was like, I want like a romantic comedy, and then he walks away with Berserk. You know, it's something like that. So essentially, everyone can agree that episode 4 is the most hilarious episode. If you don't watch all 12 episodes, just watch the first 4 for that and then quit if you want. But episode 4 is absolutely hilarious. If the entire show was as funny as episode 4, it'd probably be the greatest comedy anime of all time. Just saying. Episode 4 is a laugh riot. It's absolutely amazing. I don't want to hype it up too much, but episode 4, hilarious. So, other than that, though, yeah, the show was very easygoing. 10 minutes each, 12 episodes. It was only 2 hours. You could easily breeze through it in an afternoon. The other thing about the show is that 50% of the show is like, you know, the jokes, but the other 50% is like sort of narration of how a Japanese bookshop works. And it's a lot different from like a North American bookshop. And he'll go through different things like, you know, how stocking books works, or ordering it from the wholesaler, or like sales, or like promotions, or how each person has like a section they're responsible for, and they have to like be an expert, or they have to get help from others when someone wants a specific book or something like that. And all these little like tidbits, and it's a little bit informative too. It's not just a comedy. It's comedy, it's informative, very easygoing, easy to consume. So I can easily recommend Skullface Bookseller Honda-san. It's a very enjoyable anime.